It's 2 a.m, I'm in my bedroom and I've been sitting on this chair for the last 4 hours. I'm editing a video and while I'm working, I've got my friend on a Discord call and he's saying the same thing again and again. He's telling me that there's no way I'm getting paid enough to put in this much effort. And I'm there coping saying that, oh no, trust me, I'm getting paid, this is like a really good video, this is 100% worth it. But deep down I knew I couldn't even deny what he was saying. Because the thing is, he's right. I've been working on this project for the last month, 30 days, 5 hours a day, and this was only a year into editing, so I'm making $80 a video. If we do the maths, that's less than $1 an hour. But I'm so far into the video, this is literally the last part that I need to finish. Like, I'm not gonna rush this now. Now the sun's rising, I've given the video to the client and I post the intro onto Twitter. 2 hours later, I check back on the tweet and 20 likes. This is more than I've ever gotten, double in fact to what I usually get when I post. So I let that be. I started working on another project for a client and another month passes. I post it again on Twitter and this time 90 likes. And I do it again the entire process. This time I spent almost 3 months on an entire video, 130 likes. I was finally getting noticed on Twitter. This was my big breakthrough. This was that exponential growth everyone was talking about. Fast forward to today and I'm getting paid anywhere from 700 to over 1.5 grand. That's not per month, that's not per week. That's per video. It started as pretty much slavery at the time, but now I'm able to reap the benefits of bigger, better, and higher paying clients. And what I learned from all of this was that I know I'm on the right track when I'm spending a disproportionate amount of time on every single edit. It's when I feel like I'm putting in way too much work for this one video which isn't even paying me that much. Because most editors, they think in such a short time frame. They think, how can I make the most money right now? But then they forget that the whole point of working hard on a video is so that they can attract higher paying clients in the future. Because when you're editing, you need to start seeing your project not as these quick money grabs, but more as an opportunity to increase your value to future clients. When you rush a video to quickly put something onto your portfolio or your show reel, do you really think that's something that bigger clients and the ones you're trying to attract, is that something that they'd like? If you want to attract a 10 million subscriber channel, you need to provide 10 million quality work. And even on a smaller scale, when you are working for free or you're doing these cheap videos, if you want to start moving up the client ladder, getting these paying clients, you're going to need to make your videos as good as they want. And unfortunately, that might mean you spending extra hours on a free video. That might mean you getting underpaid, yet still giving this guy the best work he's ever fucking seen. Because these paying clients, they're looking for paid quality work. Like, there's so many editors I see that make objectively shit videos. They'll take some stock footage and put it together with some random transitions in between. They'll put that onto their show reel and portfolio and then they expect to get work from YouTubers. Do you really think you're gonna stand out from the 400,000 other editors around the world? There's so many kids in India doing the exact same thing. Do you really think that they're gonna choose you? Because no other editor is gonna tell you this, but clients, they don't owe you shit. If you can't provide the value that you need to give, there's no reason for them to work with you. You don't deserve to get paid. I know this is gonna piss a lot of people off, but most editors that you see, I would genuinely say they don't even deserve minimum wage. That's not me saying that, oh, we should promote forced labor or some shit. But if you can't give the value that the marketplace wants, that clients are looking for, there's no reason for them to pay you. They're not gonna pay you just like pity money, like, here, I feel bad for you, here's some money, I'll pay you for the edit anyways. You don't deserve it. And you can complain that, oh, Malice is an arsehole for saying that, oh, the world is like so unfair, but honestly, you can either choose to sit out of the game, you can complain, or you can just play regardless and actually fix the issue at hand. The guys that actually continue to play the game regardless of their current position, they're the guys that have the crazy success when it comes down to editing. And by this point, let's be real, most people have clicked off. If you're still sitting here listening to the words I have to say, you are someone with potential. Like, I can only help the editors that actually want to be helped, and you're clearly one of them. So we're gonna get into exact tactics now about how you can make a show reel even though you don't have all the work you need right now. So for you to get footage for you to work on, there's actually 3 ways you can do so. Method number 1 is just by recording your own content. So it's you going into the game, it's you setting up your camera and recording a video, it's you just like recording random shit. And what's good about this is that you have full control over the content. You can kind of record things with the edit in mind. You could script your own video. You're not going to get annoyed that the quality is bad because you chose what content you're filming. But the downside is, if you're anything like me, you're probably like cringing at yourself when you go back to edit your own videos. Like a lot of the time I can't be asked to record, or I just don't have content ideas, and a lot of the time, let's be real, I'm genuinely just not a funny guy, innit? Like I'm gonna be honest, I know there's so many other guys out there with videos that are just so much funnier and would look better once they're edited. Now the second way to get footage is to re-edit other people's videos. Now this is the one that I recommend for most people. What you do, you go onto YouTube, find a video that's rawly edited, maybe something like this, and then you just run it through a YouTube to MP4 converter. You edit the video on your own, once again, like I said before, making it as good as you can, and then you can DM the creator saying that, yo, I re-edited your video, I'd love to know what you think. Better yet, you could take that video, upload it onto social media, and suddenly you've got such a larger reach to potential clients. And the best part about this method is the fact that you literally can't lose. If they really like your work and they end up hiring you, that's great for you, that's great for the creator. But if they don't, if they reject you or even ghost you, sure, you might feel like you've lost your time, but now you have such a good video for your portfolio. Now you're able to grow your social media because you have such a great edit. Now you've learned new effects and new skills for future videos. Whether you get hired or not, you're still winning in the end. The only problem with this method of re-editing videos is that you don't have full control over the edit. Things like the timings of the cuts, the pacing, the zooms, you're not going to be able to take them back. So this is where the third and final method of getting footage comes from. It's just asking for free footage. Now I know this might sound obvious, but I really want you to sit here and just wait for a minute, because there's a specific way you need to do this. And if you don't ask in the right way and understand this concept that I'm about to speak about, you're going to end up getting ignored by all the people you ask for footage from. In fact, it's the same reason why tens of thousands of editors, not only can they not get paid work, but even when they try free videos, they still get ignored. The concept that I wish everyone would understand is that everything in life, it's a value exchange. People will only do things if they get something out of the interaction. When you work a job, a huge reason why you do it is because you get money out of it. When you want to network with another person, a lot of the time it's because you want to learn from them. Even as far as saying friendships and the people you love in your life, it's all transactional. And this is a bit controversial to say, and I've had this conversation with so many people in my life, but after I explain it to them, they all come onto my side and start agreeing with me. Because the value that you give to someone, it doesn't have to be in a monetary sense. When you're chilling with your friends, the entertainment that you get from each other, that you exchange, that's value. When you keep each other accountable and make sure you don't do no dumb shit, that's you giving each other value. When you give your friend emotional support and help them during hard times, that's value. Because think about it, if you genuinely got nothing out of a person, if you both didn't give each other that feeling of security, if you didn't support each other with like emotional support, would you ever chill with them at all? Every relationship and every interaction in your life, it's based on a value exchange. So let's think about the value exchange when you're asking to work for free for someone. So let's say you ask someone for free footage, the value that you'd get is, okay, you now have footage to work on and practice on. So what value would they get? They'd get a free video, right? You'd think that this is what they'd value. But in most cases, for a creator, that free video, it's genuinely useless. They literally can't do anything with your free work. First of all, if you're so new to editing that you're working for free, your work probably isn't good enough. Like, that's not me being an arsehole, but objectively, if you're not charging, you're probably not as good. You're probably going to take a while on the video because you don't need to really rush a video when you know that you haven't been paid for it. And third of all, you could always just walk away. You could literally ghost them and they wouldn't be able to follow up on it. Why? Because they didn't pay you anyways. You have no obligation to finish the video. So can you see how to them, there's so much risk, and like the chance of them getting value out of the interaction is quite low. But then think about how much energy and time they have to put into getting you that free footage. First, they need to find that footage on their PC, then they need to upload it to a Google Drive, then they need to send it to you, then they need to let you know what style to do it in, then when you give in the video, they need to give you like some sort of feedback just to be a nice person. They're putting all this effort in for a video that they can't use. There's very few reasons why someone would give you a free video. Either they're broke and they can't afford an editor, so they'll do anything for you to work for them, and the second one is that they already know you, so the value that they get out of the interaction, it is the fulfillment of knowing they helped you. And that's why it's so important to have a network around you that you've given to value in the past, that you've supported, that you've gotten to know from beforehand, because when you need footage to practice on, they'll be the ones in line to help you out. I made a networking video recently, you can go find it, just search like Malice networking, I'm sure you'll find it. But if you don't have a network already and you need like fast results, you need to genuinely get footage as fast as possible. You need to best way that I could think of is just pay for it. And this is so unconventional, but you genuinely, like, you didn't hear me wrong, bro. I'm telling you to pay to edit for someone. 99% of the people watching this right now, let's be real, they're never even gonna consider this, let alone actually implement it. But the same reason that they're not going to take this advice is the same reason that they're not going to do well as an editor. Because if we see this as purely a business transaction, if we think, what is the ROI, the return on investment, how much will we get out of this payment that we're putting through? If you can't find any high quality footage, think about how big, like how outsized the return would be from you just paying however much to someone for footage. Because getting good footage to work on that genuinely like unlocks the potential that you have and shows off your editing in the best light, that's going to be so worth it over the long run. Like when we take a step back and just kind of put emotions to the side for now, just think about it in a logical sense. If you pay $5, $10, $50, $100 for someone's footage, if that kickstarts your journey onto an amazing editing career and helps you unlock your potential, you'd make tens of thousands of dollars back because of it. Just like when people called me stupid for spending such a stupid amount of time on an edit. If you know that something's gonna bring you an outsized return in the future, and you also see that nobody else is doing it, that's when you know that's exactly what you should be doing. The phrase that I found recently that I genuinely love, and I think it encapsulates this so perfectly, it's being willing to lose the battle in order to win the war. It might be a bit uncomfortable to stay in Premiere, the software that you already know, and purely just get better from that. It might take a few extra hours, but you know that that is ultimately how you are going to win the war. That's how you're gonna have such a successful editing career. If you're a video editor, I understand that it can be hard at times, trust me, I've gone through the same journey as you, but I promise you that it's so worth it in the end. Because in 1 year from now, you're either gonna be in one of two places. You're either stuck exactly where you are now, only a year older, ending up like 99% of editors that fail and just do nothing with their editing, or you put in the work now, you actually do what you logically know makes sense to do, and you end up working with these huge creators, working on the hours that you like, actually working on videos that you enjoy editing. It doesn't even feel like work. When you actually take editing seriously, you're gonna look back at your old self and think, little me didn't even know the potential he had from editing. He wouldn't understand the scale of what we're doing today. Tell me from a few years ago that I would literally be sitting at home working on stuff that I genuinely enjoy. I don't have to go uni because of this. And for you watching this, you genuinely have the same potential, you just can't see it yet. What I see is an entire generation of video editors that are taking what they once did as a hobby, what we once did for fun, and then taking it to the next level. Because taking up video editing and taking it more seriously, it genuinely has changed so much about me. I've had so many of my friends tell me about how much I've changed and how much character development I've seen in the last few years, and I attribute so much of it just because I pursued something on my own. Because when you know that you've achieved something, not because some authority figure has told you, not because you got a good grade because your mom forced you to revise, when you know that you sat down in discomfort knowing that this is going to pay off in a few months, in a year, maybe it takes years for it to pay off. When it does, the confidence that you have, the self-belief that you know you're like that guy, it's an unmatched feeling, and I've had that for myself, and it'd be so fulfilling to me to have you go through that same journey. Because me and you, of course, we call ourselves editors, we edit videos, but what we're doing here is we're genuinely running an entire business. We're becoming entrepreneurs. Look around you to the people your age. Let's be real, nobody's doing what you're doing. Most of them, they go to school, then they come back, they chill on their PS4, then they chill on their phone, they text some random guy that they don't really care about. But you're here watching videos about how to take editing further and how to grow a business. Bro, you're not like the other guys your age. What this is almost like a movement of video editors that are coming together that just want to find out what they're capable of. We all started in the same place where we were pretty much doing it for fun when we first started, but now we all have similar goals. We want to do more with this. And just imagine knowing that you're one of those few guys that has achieved so much more than 99% of people your age. You don't have to work a normal job just like everyone else to make minimum wage. Most people spend years thinking about, oh, what business should I start? Not only have you started one, but you're gonna build a successful one. You're literally doing what you loved to do anyways, but now you're making thousands from it. I want to get you to that point, so that's what I've dedicated my work to. I want to take you through the same journey that I've gone through over the last few years. So if that's something you want to learn from, go scroll down right now, click the red subscribe button, and then click this video here. I think you'll find it really useful. Peace.